Good morning, children. Welcome to your English literature class. So today in this video we will be going to continuing the chapter that is the friendly mongoose. So in our previous video of the chapter we have read the chapter, and also I have explained the chapter to you in that video. Today in this video we will be going to discuss the short summary of the chapter, and after that we will discuss the moral of the story, and as well as we will do the question answers. Okay, so first, before we move into the moral of the story, that what is the moral that we get from the story, first of all let us discuss that what we have read in the chapter. So let's do a quick summary. Okay, so as we all know that the chapter The Friendly Mongoose is about the farmer and his wife, right? And his farmer and his wife, and how the wife had acted upon a particular thing, and how that action leads to a very disastrous moment. Okay, so, The Friendly Mongoose is about a farmer and his wife who loved their newborn son very much. Once he expressed his wish to have a pet as a companion to their son. The farmer bought a baby mongoose that will soon grow with their son. In few months, the mongoose grew into a lovely animal. So, what happened? They used to live a farmer and his wife, okay, with their baby boy. Okay, and one day what happened, the farmer had a wish. Okay, he had a wish, and he expressed his wish to his wife that he wants a companion for their child. Okay, he wants someone to be with their child as while he grow up. Okay, so he wanted a companion for his child, and he expressed his views regarding this particular thing to his wife. Okay, and his wife also was she was also considerate, and she was also happy that yes, we can do this. We should bring a pet as a companion for our child. So they both agreed on the fact that yes, their child need a companion to grow with, and they both agreed to get a pet for the child. And what is the word companion mean? Companion means a person or an animal with whom you can spend a lot of time. You can say as if a partner or a friend. Okay, so they both decided that yes, they will be bringing a pet for their son as a companion for him. Okay, then after what happened, one day the farmer wife decided, okay, so before that, what had happened, that yes, they both agreed that they wanted a pet for their son, and one day the farmer went to the market and he brings a pet. Okay, pet. And what was the who was the pet? A little mongoose. Okay, they bring a the farmer brought a mongoose to their house as a pet. Okay, or you can say a companion for the child. Okay, and soon after, what happened, in few months, the mongoose, he grew up to his fullest size. Okay, and he was very lovely, and he turns out to be a very friendly animal. Okay, after that, one day the farmer wife decided to go to the market after feeding and rocking their baby to sleep. She told her husband not to leave her son alone with the mongoose. He went to the field and meet his friends and did not return back for some time. So what happened? One day the wife, she decided that as she is going to go to the market, and from there she wanted to bring some groceries for the house. Okay, so she decided that she is going to go going to the she will be going to the market. And before going to the market, what she decided that before going there, she will feed the baby, and making the baby sleep, making the baby fall asleep, and then she will go. So she did the same. She fed the baby, she rocked the baby till sleep. Okay, and after making her baby sleep, she decided to go to the market. And while she was leaving the house, she asked her husband that you should be with our son, okay, because she didn't wanted to leave his son with the mongoose alone in the house. So she asked her husband to keep an eye on their child as well as on the mongoose, because she was not confident that yes, the baby mongoose can be not the baby mongoose, now the mongoose has grown up, that she can leave the mongoose with the child alone in the house. And as she was telling all of these things to the farmer replied that you should you should not worry about the fact, because they both can be left alone, as you know that they are best of friends now, okay. And after this, the wife left for the market, and while she went to the market and the baby was sleeping, so the father of the baby, the farmer, he was getting bored inside the house. So what he decided that he will go and take a walk by near field. So what he did, he stood up and went outside to take a little walk till the fields. And while he was not he didn't went far away, he was just just few distance away. Then what happened, while he was walking on the field, and when he was returning to the house, his home, what happened, he saw his friends over there, okay. He saw some of his friends, and while he saw his friends, as we all know that if two or three friends, they just met each other, they just start talking. So the same thing happened with the father of the child, or you can say farmer. As soon as he saw his friends, he was just busy talking with them, and he didn't even realize that the time is passing by. So soon what happened, the time passed, and it was really late for him to go to the house. He was still chatting over there, okay. And he didn't have the record of the time. He was busy chatting with his friends, okay. After this, what had happened, that his wife returned back with groceries to find the mongoose with blood on his face and palms. She thought that it has killed her son. In anger, she threw the basket containing the groceries on mongoose and ran inside to see what happened. So what happened, the father of the child was busy with his friends talking, okay. And at the home, only the mongoose and the child was there. And when the wife returned to the house with the groceries, what happened, they had a custom. What is the meaning of custom? You can say a tradition. What was that tradition, that whenever the farmer or the wife of the farmer, they came from outside, so what happens, the mongoose he go outside and welcome both of them. So similarly, on that day, the same thing happened. As soon as the wife reached the house with the groceries, the mongoose he was inside the house, he went outside to welcome the farmer's wife. So as soon as she saw the mongoose, she saw that he is having blood over his face, his palms. So she was just angry, she was sad, she just assumed that the baby mongoose had killed his son, okay, and that all the blood is of his child. So in anger, in rage, what she did, she threw the basket full of groceries on the head of the mongoose, okay. And while she did that, what happened, the mongoose died instantly. And after that, she ran inside the house to look upon his baby, okay. Her son was sleeping peacefully, and on the floor a snake was lying dead in blood. She immediately ran back outside to find the mongoose dead. Okay, so okay, students, now let's discuss the moral of the story. So, what is the moral of the story? So, the moral of the story is that we should act only after knowing all the facts of a situation. It must be remembered that the action performed cannot be undone. We cannot act in rage and anger. The woman killed the mongoose without analyzing the situation. So what is the moral of the story? What is the learning that we can take, we get from the story? It is that we should not act upon anything without knowing all the facts. Okay, without knowing the situation, we should not act upon a particular thing. And it must be remembered by by ourselves that the action that we are performing, the action that we performed cannot be undone. Okay, we cannot reverse the action. As we have seen in the story, that the wife of the farmer, as soon as she saw the mongoose, she just assumed it that the mongoose had killed his son. And in that particular anger, in particular that particular rage, what she did, she just killed the mongoose. Okay, and after, when she knew the whole story, that the mongoose had saved the life of his child, but when she realizes all of these, it was too late, because the mongoose was dead by dead by now. Okay, so it cannot be undone. It was an action that she took, and that action could not be reversed, because if we take some action in anger, in rage, it cannot be justified. As you know, that in the story, she didn't even analyze all the facts. She didn't even see that what was happening. She just saw a particular part of it, and she reacted upon it. Okay, so similarly, we should know the whole story of a particular thing, or you can say whole fact. And until we don't know the whole fact, we should not act upon that thing. Similarly, it happened with the woman. So the moral of the story is that we should know the fact, and after knowing all the facts, we should act upon it. We should not act on anything just by looking at only one side of the story. So, and as we know that it cannot be undone. So this was the whole moral of the story, that what had happened, and what is the learning that we can took from the story, that we should always know the fact, and after knowing the fact, we should react upon that particular thing. Okay, now let's move on to the question answer section. Okay, so the first question says that, why did the farmer bring a baby mongoose into the house? What was the reason that he brings a baby mongoose in the house? The farmer brought a baby mongoose into the house because he wanted his son to have a companion when he grew up, and he felt that the mongoose will be his companion. Okay, so what happened? So the question is that, why the farmer wanted the baby to have a companion. So it was a simple why he brings the baby mongoose to the house. So it was simple, because he wanted to have his child to have a companion, a friend with whom he can grow up. And he thought that a pet is a best choice for him to be with. So he decided to bring a pet as a companion for the child. And what was the pet that they choose? That is the mongoose. Okay, they thought that the mongoose will be the best choice for the child to have as a companion. Okay, now next question is, why didn't the farmer wife wanted to leave the baby alone with the mongoose? The farmer wife didn't wanted to leave the baby alone with the mongoose, because the mongoose was a fluffy grown animal, and she was afraid that it might hurt their child. So why didn't she wanted to leave the child with the mongoose? Because, as you know, that the baby was still the child was still a baby, but within the time of 4 to 5 months, the mongoose had fully grown up. So she was not sure to leave the child with the mongoose, because she thought that it might the mongoose might she was afraid with the fact that he might hurt the child. Okay, he might hurt the baby. So she didn't wanted to leave the mongoose with the child alone in the house. Okay, after okay, now what was the farmer comment on this this sorry, what was the farmer comment on his wife's fear? Okay, as you know that the wife was afraid to leave the child with the mongoose. What was the comment that the husband made? The farmer commented on the wife's fear as that she needed be afraid. Okay, she didn't have to be afraid. Why? Because he said that the mongoose was a friendly animal. It was as sweet as the baby, and they were the best friends. Who are the best friends? The baby and the mongoose, they both are best friends. So even if we leave the baby mongoose with the child, he will not hurt a child, because they both are very close to each other. They are best of friends. So even he told his wife that even if we leave the child with the mongoose, he is not going to hurt our child, because they are, close to each other. They are best of friends, and the mongoose is as sweet as our baby. He is not a dangerous animal. He is very sweet in, as if it is our baby. Okay, they both are very sweet, and even if we leave the mongoose with the child, he is not going to hurt our child. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this particular thing of leaving a child with the mongoose. Okay, now next question is that why did the farmer wife strike the mongoose with her basket? Okay, so what was the reason that she threw the basket on the head of the mongoose? When the farmer wife, so answer is, when the farmer wife came back from shopping, she saw that the mongoose face and paws are screamed with blood. Blinded with rage, she stuck the mongoose with a heavy basket full of groceries. So what had happened, when the wife of the farmer, she came from the market, she saw that the mongoose face and palms are filled with blood, and she was, not in the condition to analyze that what had happened, and she just assumed by looking at that blood that the fear that she had in her mind, is true, and the baby mongoose had killed the child. Okay, has killed the baby. So what she did, in rage, in anger, in sadness, what she did, she was holding a basket full of groceries. She just didn't wanted to think about anything. She was just so angry. So what she did, she just uh, you know stuck the basket with all of her force in on the head of the mongoose, and instantly what happened, the mongoose died on the spot. Okay, and the wife, she ran inside the house to look upon his baby. Okay, the condition of the next is, did she repent her hasty action? How does she show her repentance? Okay, so what happened here, the question is that did she have any type of guilt after seeing that what she have done? Because when she went inside, she saw the snake there, and she get that what had actually happened in the house. So after realizing all of that, did she repented on her action? Yes, she did. After realizing that what she had done is wrong, she just ran outside and looked upon the baby mongoose, and soon she realizes that the mongoose is dead, and she was just crying with all the sadness in her eyes, that she had killed a innocent animal who was actually who had actually saved the life of his child. Okay, so students, this was the whole chapter. I hope all of you understood the chapter, the moral of the chapter, and also the question answers. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any questions regarding this chapter, you can ask me in your Zoom session. Thank you so much.